Yeah, this your boy Rich underscore everything with an A, and you now locked in to RE Films, Mr. Uncut, Raw. Yo, what's good? Y'all already know what it is, man. Your boy Rich underscore everything with an A checking in, man. Tonight I'm doing something that is out of the norm that y'all probably wouldn't see me doing, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I put a little too much power to the L7 that I had inside blue, which is my Cadillac, and I think I might have messed the coils up or burnt the coils out. I don't know. I'm waiting to see if I can get down into the bottom of this thing and see what's what. So I'll turn y'all around and let y'all see what I have going on right now. I've already took the kicker ring, outside ring off of it. That was a process where I had to take the heat gun, heat the actual frame of the L7 up on the bottom. I put the heat towards the bottom because the top I didn't want to mess up the cone. So got the heat, got the outside frame off in one piece. With that being said, now we are trying to get the cone itself loose. So turn y'all around for a second. So y'all can see right here where I already heated up just a little bit with my heat gun. Harbor Freight, you already know it. Already heated up just a little bit. Got it loose so far right here. I don't want to tug on it too much because you can see right there where the cone want to come loose from right there. But we don't want everything to come loose. We just want the seal around the edges right here to come loose. So what I'm using is a nice little small flathead pliers, and I'm actually getting around the edge of the rim right here. And once I get around the edge of the rim, I can put my finger in there with these gloves and just kind of feel and inch it up little by little. This is one of the newer style L7s. Try to buy this, it's gonna run you about $300 for just one speaker. So the way I feel, it's already blown, so I'm just gonna try to recone it. Me reconing it, did I buy a recone kit? Nope. I want to see exactly what's in here. I have my micrometers in here so I can actually measure the cone. If I could remake the cone, then I'll remake the cone out of scratch. Where would I be getting the wire from? The same wire that I pulled for the battery that goes inside of Relentless. I'll probably take a long strip of that with that I'm not using and cut it. And then what I do is when I do cut it, I pull me a couple of, well, at least 2 or 3 long strands of the copper wire out, and then I'll be able to recone the bottom of this. But the process is just to get all this right here loose around the edge so that you can get this cone out of here like I showed you with this right here. I had to get this off here first. That glue right there is some pretty good glue. If you let me tell it, man, you go on other people's video and they'll call it all types of other glues, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna clean all this up, but what I think it is I think it's still the Wellwood glue that you actually use for interior. So that's the glue that I'm gonna go back with, the Wellwood glue for the interior. But meanwhile, what I'm gonna do, man, is I'm gonna go ahead and take my screwdriver, my heat gun, heat this thing up, try to get my cone loose on the top, and then I'll cut y'all back on. Y'all can see I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. That's the Camaro steering column that I got right there. That's gonna be going in Relentless. I got all my wires and everything marked on that. I'm gonna make a video on that before I even put that in there, because I have a lot of people asking me how did I get the original the Camaro steering wheel in there, and the Camaro steering wheel is not in there on the original column. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the Camaro column, and I'll show you how I'm gonna make that happen. I don't want to cut my original shaft inside the car, so I'm gonna find me another shaft that actually matches up to my gearbox, and then I can leave my original shaft to my 81 box Chevy stereo column, and then I'll just weld the rest of it up. But that's a whole nother video, man. We working on this L7 tonight, so let me go ahead and get the rest of this right here up with what I'm doing, and I'll show you exactly what it is. In this point right here, what I'm doing is actually taking the heat gun, and I'm holding the heat gun around the edges like this here. And it may not seem like it isn't working, but it is working, because what's happening is it's loosening, it's heating the bottom of this metal up, the metal frame, and it's causing the metal to heat up. While the metal is hot, that's why you see I got the glove on. I can actually go around the edges with my flathead. See, like now I can actually smell heat. I can smell the heat. So what I do, see if I can do this with one hand for you right quick, is I'm just gonna go, and you gotta watch the edges of the speaker because it's real sharp. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go right here up under the edge, right there, if you can see. And once I get up under the edge, right here, I'll go back, put the round part of my screwdriver under there, like this. And you can see I'm sliding it just so I can get the cone to actually come up. So the more I slide it, and it's nice and warm from the heat gun, I can get that adhesive to break loose. So you see it right there. Keep sliding it until it actually acts like it want to stop. Then I'll go back with the heat gun. Hopefully I don't mess my speaker up. Trying to work with you guys. So you can see right here, it's still kind of warm. So I can actually peel up with my fingers on that part. Go around the cone right there. And then right up in here, I can tell, and you can kind of see where they didn't have, they had glue, but the frame actually holds the majority of it down. So they really have more glue on the corners than they have on the access part of the frame that holds it down. So this part right here, whenever you get on the long stretch, you can get your hand in here and be real careful, because this metal is sharp. See, like right off in here, you can tell where the glue kind of kicks back in at. See it right there? I'm just gonna show it to you right quick. You can see where the glue kicks back in at, and it gets a little tough to peel up. You can peel it up, but you gotta be real careful while peeling it up, because you don't wanna rip your plastic. So that's the thing with that. Pretty much 50% of the way. So what I like to do is I like to come back, and I should have a glove on doing this, because like I said, this metal is real sharp. And what I'm gonna do is get my pointer finger off in there and just kind of pull up with my middle finger. Pointer finger on the inside of the rim, pull up with my middle finger. So you can see that's another whole process that you can do. But I will tell you that I did go around this speaker at least once with the heat on high, with the heat on high on the metal, not on the top of the cone, because you can mess the top of your cone up. So you can see right here, pretty much the part where the frame of the L7 holds it down in place. You get right here to these parts where these screws go in at, and you gotta be real careful around that, like, cause that's the parts where you actually take a chance on ripping it. And these are the screws that actually go through the frame and through that right there. So you want to be real careful with that part. Just being real with you. But even on your frame right here, your frame is even held down by glue right here. So once you hold this down by glue, and then when you start putting this stuff back together, you can actually take the clamp, put a clamp on these things right here, clamp this down, and it'll clamp your rubber pieces down and hold that in place. So if I can get this thing right here back working after I get the cone out of there, then I'll show y'all that. Meanwhile, cut y'all off for a second so I can get 2 hands on the speaker, man, and kind of get this stuff right here done. We pretty much 100% of the way now. So I'll let y'all see what we got going on this thing. And like I said, I did not buy a Reconing kit, so there you see it right there. We're loose on this end, so what I'm gonna do now is put that middle finger back in there, pointer finger back up, and there you have it. Voila, 100% cone up. L7 all the way around. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out, or I know what I need to do. I need to cut the cone from the bottom to actually get it out. So that's a whole nother process, but I'm gonna cut it, and then I'll go back and I'll explain to y'all how I got that part out. So let me go ahead and get that done, and then I'll cut y'all back on. Okay, so put my hand in there. The L7 cone is pulled up. You can tell how high it's sitting away from the speaker now. The actual disrupted coil is holding it up. That's how I know the speaker is blown. So what I'm gonna do is, and what I hate to do is this, but I gotta do it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to find me a nice spot to get into these grooves down here, and try to start cutting around this circle to get it out. And this is a process that you have to do. You have to cut this cone out in order to decone it. A lot of people, I know y'all probably looking at this video like, no. Yeah, but you have to decone it. Usually when you buy a cone kit, it'll come with this piece here. But I didn't buy a decone kit, so I'm just cutting for right now to see what's what. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this right here cut out right here, and then I'll cut you back on once I get this right here cut out. Okay, so you can see here, I twist this speaker around pretty much. I got my cone at the bottom, cut around 100% out. So my next thing is what would usually happen is these pieces here, you would actually desolder, and if you have like I call it a solder vacuum, you can actually heat it up, put the solder vacuum to it, and then you can suck the solder out. I don't have one, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm probably just going to cut those wires, and then when I cut those wires, time they go back in, I actually have to go back in and just solder the whole wire back in, because if you look down here, it says coil 2, coil 1, coil 1 positive, coil 2 negative. I twist around, coil 2 positive, coil 1 negative. So that's gonna tell you your placement of your speakers or whatnot. You got 4. It's dual coil, just in case y'all wanna know. So that's my next process, just cutting those wires down there, getting those wires right there out of the way from each, detaching the coil from the actual place where you actually put your speaker wires at. So I'm gonna cut those, and I'll see if I can get one done with a razor blade. Well, I got you on camera, I don't know. We'll see. I had the camera in my hand and I was trying to cut the wire, but that didn't seem to be working for me all that well. So now what I'm gonna do is get some needle nose pliers right here. And I'm going to, as you see, there's wire inside of that. If you can see it right there, zoom you in, son. So you can see it. That wire that's inside of that is really just one wire going to this right here. So I can go all the way around and get to those spots right here. And this one, I could do the same thing and just kind of twist my needle nose until I pull the wire loose. And there you go. That's all. 2 more to go. Right here. And 1 more after this here. We should be pretty much loose. Yeah. You gotta excuse the shaking of the camera. Just trying to see what I'm doing while I'm pulling this apart. So keeping you guys focused at the same time. So there you go. Right there you can see the wire that I was telling you about right here. That's in the inside. It's just insulated, so it's not touching metal. So I'll leave that wire that's on there. You might be able to save that. I don't know yet. So we're gonna see what's what. Last one on here. So let's see. So you can see where I'm just gonna put the insulation back so you can see it. As you see how the wire go on there, right there. So all I'm doing is taking the needle nose, getting me a good bite on it. And once I get a good bite on it, I'm just twisting it backwards so I can pull it away from it. Wire's kind of fragile, so you can do that. So with that be said, now this cone should, as you can see, it's kind of twisting in there. So I should be able to pull this cone all the way out. But we're gonna see right quick. So I'm gonna sit y'all down on something, and then I'm gonna try to pull this cone out. Yeah, I know it's kind of dark for y'all, but what I'm doing now is twisting this cone up, pulling it out, and we really did a job on this one. It ain't bad, but we did a job on it. I can see right now where we burnt it up, and I'm gonna show that to you. I'm gonna show that to you. I'm gonna also show you the inside of the cone and everything. So let me grab it right quick. Okay, so you can see right here where your wire's at. This line right here is where your wires should stop. Right here I can feel. So that's where, that's a wire going up. There you go, wire going up. Wire going up. Wire going up. Wire going up. So I tell you how you do this, right? When you are going down, you're gonna take your wire and you will actually have a wire. You'll actually go down, and you should be able to look at the bottom part of this right here. So you'll actually go down. Once I get this thing unraveled, I'll be able to show you what's what on this right here. So it's gonna, you can look at this right here and tell how many layers of wire you need to have on there. And it looked like it's only 2 layers of wire, so that means that you only need to go down 1 time and then back up. You can see right there, I want to show you the damage I did. Right here where too much power going to the speaker. Excuse my feet. Too much power going to the speaker, man. You get too much power going to the speaker, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna burn the coil up. That's what I did, man. Class D, mono amp, 2 ohm stable. And that's what I did. I actually burnt the actual coil up on the bottom. But the good thing about this, right? The cone is still intact. The aluminum or metal that's at the bottom of it is still intact. So with that being said, if you can see this aluminum on the bottom or this sheet metal, being that that's still intact, I can actually rewire this same cone up, go back in, and I shouldn't have a problem with the speaker right here. If you ever mess this cone up and this cone loses its shape, because it has to be a certain diameter to go down in here. And I'll show y'all something else while I got this out. Let me lay that down to the side for a second. So another thing you want to do is you want to take your light, you want to look down in there, but you want to actually make you a football. And I'll show you what I mean when I say a football. And you want to clean all that out just to make sure you don't have any type of debris in there. Looking on the camera, I don't have any type of debris in there. The speaker itself right here is actually clean. So what happened was I just pushed too much power to the speaker itself and I blew it all at one time. If it was something that was just consistent, you would see trash, debris, and all in the bottom of this right here. So that's a good sign right there. But I'm gonna still clean the bottom of this right here out. This right here, I'm gonna clean this cone off right here. I'm gonna take this wire off of this cone. And then once I take this wire off this cone, man, I'm gonna show y'all this right here. I don't like to make long videos, man, long overdrawn videos. And I'm just learning this stuff myself. So y'all learning with me. I tell you another thing you can actually do. If you really want to know, you can actually look here. And hold on a second. And I can, if I can get you focused, I can get you focused. You can see right there, 4 coils. So that means that they went around this thing right here, actually 1 time down, 1 time up, 1 time down, 1 time up. So they went around this speaker 4 times with the wire. This single wire right here. That's how you get a dual coil speaker. So instead of it doing it 1 time, you're gonna have to do it 2 times. And you wanna make sure that your wires are close together like this right here. If you wanna make sure your wires are close together like this right, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you up front, get you some type of contact glue. You can look at somebody else's video and see what's what. I'm gonna be using the Wellwood glue, contact cement, and that's what I'm gonna use to make it right. And then I just use the heat gun, let it sit for a while, go back at it and do what I need to do to solder these things back in place. I'm gonna try to save my wires right here. So if I could peel my wires back and I can try to save my wires up in here, I'm gonna try and do so. That way I won't have to cut these wires right here. I just have that one wire running up to each of them, and then I just solder someplace up in the middle. But I'm gonna clean this thing right here up, man, and then I'm gonna show you how it look cleaned up. So I'm gonna turn y'all off, man, turn y'all back on, and I'm gonna get rid of all of this nasty stuff right here. I ain't gonna throw it away just yet. I'm gonna keep it so I can keep track of what I need to do, just to show you how y'all can save these subwoofers that y'all actually getting and throwing away and spending $300, $400, $500 on a subwoofer when y'all can actually repair them and recone them yourself. Again, like I said, you can see I got 4 layers so that I know I'm gonna have to go up 4 times so I can get, and this is a dual coil speaker. That's why it has 4 phones all the way around. Now, if you want to make it a single coil speaker, you could. You're probably not going to get as much power, not as much sound. Another thing that you're going to need to worry about is your wiring. You don't want it too thick right here. And then you're going to need your amp meter, a 9-volt battery. Once you get that 9-volt battery, you can sit it back down in place down here, and you should be able to plug that 9-volt battery up to your coils. And what will happen is this cone should jump out of this speaker. If it jumps out of that speaker, that means that you have good, I guess I could say consistency, or whatever you call it. Don't judge me on these words right here, because one thing about it for sure is this is my first time actually doing this right here. So I'm trying to save myself some money. I'm trying to learn something so I can save you guys some money. So let me get this stuff right here. You can see on the bottom of here, right here, where I'm able to just pull it and unravel it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just pull and unravel these wires right here, and try to save my cone as much as possible so I can reuse the cone. You can see right here where on the inside of it, where they actually went further than what it was really supposed to be. And that's probably why the speaker is so powerful. So I know when I'm wrapping this wire around, I'm just gonna stick with the cone and make it as far as the cone goes, because, or I could go further than that. I could just get my, I got a tool that I use for expanding exhaust pipes, and I can see how that is, but then I would actually have to test to see if it sits down in there right. But I don't know, we'll see, man. Like I said, I don't want to make this video long and short, so let me clean this right here up, man. Pull this wire right here out. It smells a mess. It smells a real mess, so I'm gonna go ahead and get all that right there cleaned up and see if I can save this aluminum in this cone right here, and then we're gonna decone this thing right here so we can get back jumping. Yeah, all right, this is the big ball of mess that I pulled off, some of it anyway. So, you know, you can see how much wire was wrapped around this thing. I'll still keep this right here for proof. This part right here for proof. Whatnot. If I can get it to focus. Right here, I keep that for proof. They went down around at least 4 times. But you see, all that's burnt. You can see it on the outside right there where it's black. It's supposed to be all copper. So, yeah, that's a big mess. I cut that with the razor blade. That's the rest of my cone right there. So now I can start peeling these layers back right here one by one till I get to my strands. And when I get to my strands, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip those back. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this around. When I get to my strands, I'll flip those back, and then I'll show you what's what. That way you will know exactly what I'm gonna do from there. So once I peel them around and show you how I'm gonna flip them back, that's gonna be the end of part 1 of this video. And then once I get to part 2 of pulling my some more wire and wrapping this cone, as you see, I was able to save the shape. I'm gonna put some weldwood glue on this right here so I can keep this composure on this cone right here at the bottom. And we should be good from there because it's still in shape. So I'm gonna stick me some weldwood glue on that right there so I can save that and keep it nice. And you can see right here where it wants to separate. So I need to keep that together, if anything. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Get some weldwood glue, put some weldwood glue on there. I'm gonna peel the rest of these wires back and show y'all how you do with a dual coil speaker. So we go from there. So y'all stay tuned. Okay, so we getting to the end of part 1 of this video. You can see right here, we got 1, we got 2. You notice I didn't cut those wires. We got 3. We got 4. So I'll show you from the top angle of everything. You can see you got your 4 wires. Most people, when they do this, they usually cut the center out. I still got some extra wire right here on my hand, but move that out of the way. They usually cut the center out. I'm actually showing y'all a way to where y'all don't have to cut the center out. If y'all can save this cone, save it. I'm gonna try to clean it up some so that I can make sure it is still good. And you can see, even from the factory, nobody is perfect. And you can see the slant in that right there, right? Where they tried to put this cone right here together. And nobody is perfect by far. So even here, you know, you can see where it's slanted at. But yeah, you can see we did a job on this one right here. So I clean the inside of this stuff up, man. Right off in here where you see this stuff right here at. I clean this up. I'm gonna show y'all something right quick. I'm gonna bend these wires right here down for a second. And then I wanna stick this back down in here and show y'all. So you can see right here how it still has a little, like, it's still a little rough. And that's coming from the inside of the cone right there. That's why you should always clean this stuff up when you're taking it out. Don't think that it's always just wrapping the wire around this right here and getting this part right here straight. It's this part and it's actually that part down there. You need to clean all of that stuff up too. So I'm gonna take a cleaning agent, get down in there, clean all that stuff right there down up in there up. I'll make me a football or something. But I'll show y'all that on part 2 of the video. How to clean that stuff up, and then we'll start wiring this thing right here up once I get out tomorrow and pull me some long lengths of wire, and then we can start wrapping this thing little by little to get these wires, you know what I'm saying, from top to bottom and put all this back together. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna clean this right here up first to make sure that we have our base nice and clean. I know a lot of y'all probably looking at this right here. This right here will be put back together by, if I have any left, I might have to order some. The Autobond glue that y'all usually see me using on the interior and stuff. That's how we're gonna put all that right there back together. That Autobond glue is something heavy, so it'll actually, I know it will adhere to this stuff right here. And that's why you wanna, when you cut it, the best thing to do is when you get ready to recone this, you wanna try and match it right back up where you cut it from. So therefore it can fall right back in place if you cutting it like this. Now, if you buying your own recone kit, don't worry about that. When you buy your recone kit, they're gonna send you a brand new cone. They're gonna make you clean all this up. And then you could just, you know, you have to cut this right here away from this, recone it, or cut the cone away from it, from this part right here. And then put your adhesive on the cone. Put your adhesive on the cone right here once you get your cone in. But it'll be a process the way you'll put this part in first, and then you will put this part in second. But that's why I was telling y'all have to cut that centerpiece out. I don't really want to cut my centerpiece out, so I'm taking a chance on doing this instead of buying another $300 to $400 speaker. So Yeah, man, that's the inner part 2 video, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Your boy Rich _ everything with an A, man, showing y'all how to recone them subwoofers. If y'all spent a whole lot of money in them, stop spending that money. Get out here and do a little something yourself. Before I let y'all go, what I will do is I'll look. I can kind of tell by looking at how that is and how that is, so I know that matches up. So I know that this cone, when it does go back down there, it's gonna go back down on this side right here. So there you have it. And then another thing, when you're reconing too, I will tell you this. Always put something in the center of this right here, so when you start reconing, you don't actually make this right here super tight. Because if this is tight, it's not gonna go down on that. And that right there is your magnet. So you definitely need to have something in this right here to stiffen this up, make this right here a little bit tighter, to maintain its diameter, and then, you know, work from there. Now, another thing is, I don't have my hole in my cone, so with that being said, me putting this down on here and pushing it down, it may just be the suction inside of the cone. It's causing it to not want to come up like this. But I'm going to clean everything up, and then I'm going to get it right anyway, man. Y'all already know, man. Your boy Rich _ everything with an A, man. Make sure y'all push that like. Make sure y'all push that share button. Make sure y'all push that subscribe button, man. It's each one. Or matter of fact, I said like my boy Southern Chevy switched it over. It's reach one, teach one, man. Look at here, man. A lot of people ain't showing y'all how to save money. I've been doing these videos over and over and over, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Got to a point where I got frustrated. I wasn't about the YouTube anymore. I was just gonna go ahead with the process on Relentless. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. After the passing of my sister on May 9th, man, I just at a point to where I just wanted to have a little peace of mind. So, you know what I'm saying? Long live my sister, Teresa. You know what I'm saying? 15 years in the military. Long live my daddy, Mr. T, man. We gonna keep this channel right here jumping. We gonna keep teaching y'all and showing y'all things, man. If y'all wanna know how to get that column right there together, man, get in the comments on this video right here and let me know. Rich, turn up. Go in on the Camaro column. Show us how you did that. Blase, and we'll get that thing jumping for y'all, man. Other than that, man, like I said, man, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that bell for post notifications. Y'all know what it is, man. Your boy Rich _ everything with an A on Instagram, man. Follow me, man. Follow me, man. Let's get these numbers up, man. Not for me, man, but for my sister and my daddy. We got to keep this thing going, man. Yeah. Yo. So, guess what? I ain't had no music in a while. Why? Y'all see all this stuff in here, man. Don't pay that no mind. That's that good drink. That's that L7. Blown. That's that Camaro steering column already tagged, wired, or I say tag label. My bad. I ain't gonna say wired because they still got to go into the car, into Relentless. But yeah, L7 showing them. Y'all out there and y'all blowing these speakers. I'm gonna show y'all how y'all recone these things, man. Save y'all some money if y'all got that on your hand. If y'all don't got that on your hand, man, I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all do. Before y'all throw them in the trash, man, take that money, hit me up in my DM. Tell me what kind of speaker y'all got. What's the shipping cost gonna be if you can go to the post office. Ship that thing off to me, man. If y'all don't want it, stop throwing it in the trash. I'll make it work. What's y'all trash is my treasure. Yeah, this your boy Rich _ everything with an A, and you now locked in to RE Films, Mr. Uncut, Raw.